Chris Salatino is the president of the Utica School Board and is in studio now. And you are running again for re-election, right?
I am. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
It's great to be here. A lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to education and.
Well, you guys, you got the money that you needed, the foundation aid, the increase in foundation aid, and you're going to be able to hire some teachers back.
We are, and that's really exciting. But I decided. Well, we'll get back to the re-election, and after 2 terms, and it's been a long time, but we've done some great things, and I've been truly honored. And I have to tell you, we're honored that they voted me in for 2 terms, and that we've been able to help and really be advocates for our students, our parents, our teachers, and our community. And we've had a lot of great things happen over the last 10 years. And the school has really come such a long way. We had a $186 million capital project that just went on time, under budget, and it brought every school into the 20th century with technology. It's really amazing. Almost all of our schools are highly functioning now. Our graduation rates are up. I mean, great things have happened, but we've done it with nothing. And that's the problem, I was in Albany with Joe Griffo, Senator, and Assemblyman Brindisi, and I have to tell you, they are advocates for this area. Yeah, they truly are. And ultimately, we were able to obtain some money. We did some lobbying with those folks in Albany not too long ago, and there was and I said this the other day. There was this resounding message. Every legislator that we went to lobby with were like, "Oh, that's all we hear about is Utica from Anthony and Joe," and they were almost tired of hearing from us. But they came through in the end.
Well, we were speaking with the Refugee Center. I think we're up to 47 languages in the city of Utica now.
It's amazing,
and that is incredible. And what I also didn't realize is that Utica around the world. When you go into these areas where there are refugees in these camps, which there are. I guess I was really shocked to find out that only 1% of all refugees around the world, and we have thousands and thousands, and maybe it's in the millions, but only 1% ever get to make it to a country. The 99% will just live the rest of their lives in a camp. But Utica is a name that it's thought of as a very friendly city to refugees, and it is. When asked, they'll out of nowhere. There was an interview on TV. They were doing this little documentary piece, and the person, this refugee in this camp, was like, Utica. Really? That's how they see Utica. Now, with that comes 47 different languages in the school district. Comes funding that is needed, and that can be a drag if it becomes an
challenges.
It becomes an unfunded mandate if they don't support you.
And it does, and it's interesting. And I always say it's what makes us so great as a district, our diversity. You think about, I think it was last year, our top 10 students, all women, by the way. And I believe
I want you to listen to this. Top 10 graduating students.
10 graduating students.
The gender thing,
all women. 8 out of the 10 refugees.
8 out of the 10 refugees.
How about that? Is that amazing?
It doesn't seem like a drag at the end of the day.
No, and let's think that some of these students, they come here, they come from countries they don't even have a formal education or a formal written language for that matter. And you see them and that just tells you what type of teachers we have. Because, and I say this all the time, and no offense to any other districts that are listening this morning, we have the greatest teachers. We really do.
I want to talk about the teachers. Let's talk about the teachers. I do believe someone forwarded me an email. That is out there, and I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen an email?
Which was
basically saying that. Have
you ever seen an email before, Chris?
You know what that is? You are not. You are. There's only one email that he would be interested in, and I'm just kind of looking in his eyes to see if he knows what I'm talking about. We're talking about an email that went out from the teachers union saying, basically, in effect, according to this person, that the union would like to get rid of this board and put in teacher-friendly members on the board.
Yes.
Is that an email?
That email was from, and I believe it was from the executive part of the union leadership.
Okay.
And basically it said, it's time to be the change we want to be. Let's change this board, school board. Do I find it disheartening? Absolutely. Do I think that anybody should try to influence? Now, let's remind you that we do have negotiations. And as school board members and as administrators, we have a very difficult job to protect the taxpayers' dollars, to do the most we can with them, to be sure we provide everything with our teachers. So, but I have to say that we've always negotiated very, very well with the union. I mean, most of the time they automatically get their steps anyways due to Triborough, so they automatically get I believe it's a 4% increase plus whatever we give them. So we're usually well and above, and we take care of our teachers. But for leadership to send a message like that out, I think it's just straight up wrong.
And what are they? I mean, it clearly means they're not going to. Most likely, they're not going to endorse anybody on the board. They're not going to endorse you. Have they endorsed you?
I have actually. I did not go to the to the screening.
Okay,
and that was my choice.
Yeah,
and actually the last time that they endorsed me, I didn't accept the endorsement, and there was many reasons why. Is that I don't want to be indebted to anyone, number one, and I'm not going to. Not to say that by their endorsement, because I was endorsed by many unions this year. I'm very blessed to do that. The Utica Administrators Union, the SEIU, many of the operating engineers and the electrical union. So I've had some great endorsements from them, but again, their endorsement doesn't come with any type of strings. They're not looking for anything other than, Chris, you know what, we think you did a good job across the board, and I'd like to say I did, and I think we have. I mean, we've done a lot. We've done more with less for so long, Bill. And we talked about it. We couldn't do it anymore without this funding this year. We couldn't have gone any farther.
Right.
But I go back to some of the difficulties we had with the union, and one of the reasons why I didn't accept the endorsement last time was due to the fact that we could have put 12 teachers on, and all they had to do was sign a grant, and they refused to do it. And that's just spiteful, and that's not the type of organization that I want to be involved in.
That was a big story. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, so I mean, listen, I support our teachers. I always say we have the greatest teachers in the world. They are the hardest workers, and I will tell them, endorsement or no endorsement, they always have my support, and I always have their back, and that goes without saying, because they work so hard.
The election is May 16th.
16th.
Okay, so it's coming up. Finally, the budget is in place, and you guys you're in a better place. Some additional teachers are going to be coming on board.
$5 million came in. We didn't expect it. We went from a $2 million budget deficit to $5 million. We went from laying off 12 teachers to putting on 10. Look, at great day for the district, and I could thank Anthony Brindisi and Joe Griffo. I can't thank him enough.
All right, Chris Salatino, Utica School District School Board President.
And, the one thing I'd like to say before I leave is I wish everybody, please go out and vote on your school budgets. Nobody thinks, not only vote on their budgets, but vote for their candidates, because it's an integral part of all of our communities. And it doesn't seem like we get enough voters out. And if I can ask one thing is, let's get out there and vote.
Used to be you didn't have to vote on the budget for a city the size of Utica, and that's all changed now.
Right.
So now you can get out there and vote. All right, good stuff.
Thank you.
You know, those that what happens a lot of times is those that are angry and want to vote it down, they get out and vote, and the people who are like okay with things tend to stay home, and that is a big mistake.
You get people that say, I don't have any children in the district anymore, but the one thing I do say is in the last 3 years, we've balanced our budget, and not on the backs of the taxpayers. I've had three budgets, 0% tax increase to the community, and we'll continue that trend.
Chris Salatino, thanks.